Okay. We're now. It's recording. We're now live.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
I get this again after so.
Woo! After so many months.
The whole reason I even got Discord.
Never know of.
Hello, welcome back to the InkiCast. After so long.
After it's been 3,000 years.
It's been a short little hiatus, but don't worry, we're back to give you quality content at affordable free prices.
As for quality, he mean for shit.
We're more than likely gonna get the
well,
as long as we don't play copyrighted music.
It's not what we're gonna use them anyway. Honestly.
Introductions, let's go.
So, yeah. First off, there's yours truly, InkiCrow, and we have firedragonpunch on one side, JXDemon on the other.
Hey.
We have G-5000Gunshot.
What up, you boys?
And Yogurt, and we have a few other guests, too, actually. We have FinnFeline. Introduce yourself.
My name's Sheba, get it right!
Hang on a second.
I'm a good boy, and I like playing with my toys. But if you buy my toy, I will kill you.
Oh my goodness. And we have Superstar Des on the other side. Say hi.
Hello.
Who the hell invited you, Des?
Oh, for the love of fuck. Please.
Chill! My god!
Really? Come on.
Chill fire.
I love you, Des. Don't worry, you're an essential part of this server, and we respect you and love you with all our hearts.
Okay.
Oh, for real, guys, for real. Okay, we like.
And our last member of the InkiCrow.
We were supposed to have Wild Wolf here, but he's not here at the moment.
Oh, shit, there goes my joke.
Don't you know I'm the final member of
Oh,
InkiCrow.
yeah. Crow.
Alright, let's review the itinerary first. We've got a couple of great topics to share right now, give our little 2 cents about this.
Yeah, no.
So,
I can't
No
wait
hobbies,
to on
so yeah, I'm not gonna talk about anime, but I'll talk about Western cartoons. Alright, Gunshot. Alright, please continue, Gunshot.
For me. First topic to get through. We're gonna be sharing a few of our thoughts on some of the latest and greatest games that just came out this early holiday season. First, that's been.
Now you're saying greatest ironically.
I know, right?
Hey, it's hard to say this stuff with a straight face, my dudes.
Okay, fine.
So the first one we'd like to get off is a very special game that came out a few weeks ago. Sonic Forces, everybody.
It's such a bad, it's sauce.
Stop
I'm
saying
scared.
it's gonna demonetize us.
You're scaring everybody. You're even scaring me.
I think it's gonna demonetize us. Stop it.
Okay, fine. We'll stop.
You guys remember this is on YouTube, right?
Who the fuck cares? YouTube is a piece of shit anyway. Continue.
All right.
You don't.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, give your thoughts. Let's see what you guys hear.
I'll let everyone else give their thoughts before I have.
On which game?
Ladies and gentlemen.
We just said Sonic Forces. If everybody would like to share their first impressions, I mean, what did you think when you were looking at the game? What were you expecting?
Well,
how it was gonna bomb?
well, it did bomb.
Well, not quite. Like, games like Sonic 06 bombed, Sonic Boom bombed. It's nowhere near that level.
Yeah,
I say it's more on the line of Sonic Lost World. You know, it came and the people are just like, and then that's it.
Like
Yeah, but at
Fire,
least
the way I look at it is
Lost
like excitement took a little bit too far. They expected it to be good, but then it got a little disappointed when it actually came. The excitement train got too far.
All right, do I need to give my 2 cents now?
Yeah, go ahead.
ahead.
Let's see. Music was great. People
Well, that's a
say
given.
People will say that the gameplay is better than Generation, but
I disagree.
honestly, it kind of stripped some of the mechanics away, which it's like, oh hey, the custom character has drifting. It's like, no, that's just autopilot segment. Sorry. My biggest gripe, though, as far as the game is concerned, is one, classic Sonic. Why is he there? His gameplay's not even that good in the game.
Have you ever played a Sonic game, Sega?
No, apparently they haven't.
And my other gripe is, should I go into spoiler territory or?
We mostly know the plot of it anyways, so...
I mean, it's not
Alright.
like I care about it anyway. Too.
The fact that they basically hated Mania so much or thought it was too good, so they made it non-canon.
Wait, Sega pulled the plug on it and made it non-canon?
In the game, they talk about how the Phantom Ruby has the ability to make all kinds of illusions. So if you bump into something while you're sleeping self-bruise and things like that, they're basically implying that the entirety of Sonic Mania was nothing but an illusion caused by the Phantom Ruby.
That definitely reminds me of Reality Stone.
Reality Stone!
That's a bad fan fiction.
Yep, it's very bad, but it's true. It's what they did in the game.
It's
People
super
are
fan
upset.
fiction-y.
The best Sonic game in years,
I mean,
and
Gunshot. We're
it's
talking
all
about
an illusion.
like Gunshot. We're talking about our fucking OCs with Sonic. Does not sound so suspicious.
I get to play with my personal character, Sonic Shoe-Steal the Hedgewolf. Jesus.
Try to escape.
Oh, no. I was just trying to find more of that fan fiction of yours.
Ooh, son, Amy, spicy.
Dude, I don't really know why this is a thing, but apparently it's arbitrary in the fan base.
I thought everybody shipped Sonic with Princess Sally.
Sally is dead.
Wait,
we
she
all-
actually is?
The real ship these days.
Sonic and
Sonic the
Eggman.
Hedgehog.
Sonato.
Sonato.
No,
No,
Sonato.
It's Sonic Man and Sylvain. Those are the two best.
Yes.
Wait.
Put your money where your mouth is. Sonic Man's a great ship.
Alright, here. My turn to give my thoughts on forces. Who has 2 thumbs and called it from the very beginning that it was gonna bomb? This guy.
This
Oh, I
guy.
was gonna say IGN, but okay.
I'd also say y'all know Yahtzee's opinion on Sonic.
All the hype that's been going around for forces since last year, mind you, when they first revealed that one trailer and they never spoke of it again. Because the first trailer that they revealed was just Sonic standing in like a post-apocalyptic city while there's a bunch of Death Egg robots in the background, and that was the only thing we ever saw from Sega. Period. Like no other games. It was just that from Sega. But like there were no associates, there were no representatives to talk about it. There was no like showcase of it. Like,
There's, like, no actual
Sega knew
story
from
on
the
there.
beginning. Sega knew from the beginning they really did a lot, even though they were like marketing it as it was going to be the next generations.
Well,
Yeah, but everybody knew the moment you could make your own OC, everyone was catering to the DeviantArt part of Sonic fandom.
Well, that just makes you realize how desperate Sega is at this point.
I actually
Like they're really just catering to the lowest common denominator here.
like Gunshot. They were going like the opposite of the DeviantArt. You thought it would be a lot of jokes about DeviantArt, but actually it's just more of an insult.
It is. It kind of is.
Sega,
Like,
if you want money, bring back older franchises. Bring back Crazy Taxi. Bring back Jet Set Radio. Bring back Skies of Arcadia.
Nah.
ladies and gentlemen, the early 2000s Panderer.
Well, we already got
we already heard some of the Amigos about to come to Switch, like when the director of it was announced.
You know, two of the franchises that I would really love that they would bring back. I want them to bring back Vector Man and Rystar or Ristar. I don't know.
What about Afterburner?
They have the arcade scene, Gunshot.
True, but like that'd be pretty cool to like use the motion controls to control your own jet.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind if they brought back Altered Beast. Not the shitty PS2 title, but just,
the original.
Oh, yeah.
Golden Axe 2.
I digress, but back on the topic of Sonic Forces, well, from what I've seen, the gameplay is really just a watered-down version of Generations. It's Generations Light, basically. It's like you crack open a can of Diet Pepsi and you let it sit out the sun for a day and it loses all its fizz, and then you go to drink it and you think it tastes like it doesn't taste as good, but it doesn't taste as bad. That's what Forces is like. Because I mean, modern Sonic is at best. It's really like what I was going off from Finn over here. That a lot of mechanics from Generations were like taken out. Classic Sonic was abysmal. He felt like a lead ball controlling. The only saving grace, ironically, is the
Avatar.
The Avatar, basically, the OC, because he or she was, able to control fairly well. You didn't have to you didn't get the hand-holdy boost mechanic, and the Wispawns, the add-ons that you got, were actually not that bad.
There was a lot to put into the Avatar.
Actually, can I say something quick? I never get to understand why they threw on the whips in there. I understand, to me, if they're trying to be a separate game, despite the fact there's classic Sonic and shit thrown into it, it might as well just call it Generations 2.
I don't think it's a good idea to call it Generations 2, because then it'd be compared to the first game all of a sudden, and then it'd get even more of a backlash.
True.
Forces feels like a Colors 2 in a sense.
That's a huge slap in the face to Colors, man.
Yeah, but remember, how often were the Wisps used in Colors?
I mean, some of them were useful, but the Wispawns that you have in Forces were very situational and gimmicky at best.
But they okay. Maybe I'll explain more once you're done with the 2 cents here.
And if we're gonna go in the sense of music, while it's okay, I mean,
music
Arc Avenue is still probably my favorite theme. I ironically love Infinite's theme to death.
Me too.
It's the best thing ever, but other than that, just as forgettable as Shadow the Hedgehog's soundtracks.
Actually, the only soundtrack from Shadow the Hedgehog that I remember is All Hail Shadow and I Am All of Me.
The only music I remember from that game is probably the menu music.
Digital Circuit for me, and a few other songs.
I'm more coming to the credits song.
Is it I Am?
Is it?
Or Never Turn Back?
Yeah, it was Never Turn Back.
Well, I mean, I remember all the vocal songs from Shadow the Hedgehog, so there's a plus there. I remember All Hail Shadow, I Am, Never Turn Back, Chosen One. Chosen One was my favorite theme back in the day. Waking Up was pretty cool, because I think that theme associates more with Omega rather than Shadow. But yeah, I mean, Forces didn't even get an orchestral final boss theme of Fist Bump, which was a huge downer to me. Because you know how we always have those beautiful Phase 2 remixes of His World, Endless Possibilities, even Colors got a great orchestral theme when you were in the Phase 2 of the boss.
Reach for the Stars, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that song's pretty beautiful.
But the final boss theme was still good, though. But then again, that's
not as good as the others.
Yeah, it is. But again, this is entirely subjective. Music's always subjective. Or
I can say that Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure soundtrack is amazing. I just feel like the songs they keep picking is just too overrated for my taste.
I still firmly believe that 06 had the best soundtrack out of any Sonic game.
how much effort was put into it, like the game's quality in the end.
It's literally where all the budget of the game went to.
I could certainly agree there.
Alright, I'm done with my thing on Forces.
You know, I would wish they would make a game similar to the first Sonic Adventure. You know, having like the controls be like full 3D rather than just like moving and strafing. Yeah, hallways. Not so much Sonic Adventure 2, but the first Sonic Adventure. And
Like
fuck
world
Aaron Hansen, because Aaron Hansen doesn't know fuck all about video games. Because he sucks at almost every game he plays.
One episode back, and we're already calling out a famous YouTuber. Way to go!
Come on. When we all know, I'm sure the Sonic fandom fucking hates his guts.
No, because most of the Sonic fandom can take his jokes. Shout out to my boy Danny Sexbag.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, we like Danny, but not EcoRaptor.
I like Ego Raptor still.
I don't
I
like
don't anymore.
It's just that his opinions kind of said so from itself.
And some of Aaron's opinions do set people off. I'm just in the middle ground concerning that guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything about sequelitis. But we're moving off topic here. Who else has something to say on Forces before I say anything?
Did did you say something about Forces, or?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, we were just asking, did you have something to share about Forces? You didn't say anything.
Okay. I have my opinions on Forces. Well, Forces is a good game, but not as good as the not as good as the Generations.
Not as good as those before it, right?
Yeah, but it's still a good game though. But it doesn't need a lot of hate of it because of it. Well, I do agree with a few problems of it. Like classic Sonic's gameplay is kind of kind of heavy though, and also the also while I do love the music, but there are some music that I'm mad with.
I mean, I don't think Forces would get so much hate if Mania didn't come right before it.
I was thinking like that because since there was like around the time, wouldn't that make sense to just get rid of the 3D one first and then the 2D one or something like that?
I felt like the existence of Mania being a thing kind of ruined Forces as a whole.
I guess like the positivity from that kind of makes it the same thing or opposite for Forces, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it basically ruined Force's chances to at least be seen as a decent game.
Yeah, because
like if Mania didn't come out before it, and I'm not trying to diss Mania at all, I love the game. I'll absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. It's one of my favorite Sonic games recently. But yeah, I think Mania didn't just steal Forces' thunder. It stole his thunder, broke its legs, and ran a car over him, and then left him to rot.
That's Jesus. That's
literally how Mania left Forces, basically. And he just told him, "All right, you're on your own. Make people happy now."
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah, we can't say a lot about Mania. I mean, I have both games and have played through both, but ironically, I played through Forces more because I'm a bigger 3D Sonic fan than I am a classic.
But you don't deny that Mania is still the superior game.
Yeah, it's still great. I just feel it's too much nostalgia pandering.
Well, it's nostalgia pandering in the right places, at least.
It's there for a reason for just the fans. They're just not doing it for people who are not coming with Sonic. They're just doing it for the fans.
I know, but like I said, you guys have already heard my opinions on how Sonic is and then and now so many times. It's just.
I think it's mostly because there are people that believe Sonic
Ouch.
Sonic. You'll probably believe that Sonic is best when he's at his 2D roots.
And which I'm gonna be honest here. People thinking that 2D should be the standard, sticking with Sonic. I honestly think they really don't. They really think that Sonic shouldn't evolve out of that.
Actually, I think the thing. You go.
I'm gonna be honest here. People need to get their heads out of their asses concerning nostalgia. Because in all honesty, games need to fucking evolve for once. Need to get out.
The thing is that they're scared about changing. They're scared of their famous, iconic character changing something to something that'll be obscurity. And I guess I get where they're coming from, but they're taking it too far, and they're just hiding the true potential of Sonic. Even if Sonic's going through a haywire right now, I will still respect his games that made from. I mean, I like the ones that was very experimental back in the day, like like Unleashed, for example.
I mean,
to me that game was amazing.
Unleashed.
Sonic Unleashed, to me it was amazing.
Game.
I definitely enjoyed it, and I had the Wii version.
Can I put in 2 more cents?
Like,
Sure, go for it, Finn.
I think everybody overlooks one thing.
What?
Do you have any idea how expensive 2D games are? Like, especially nowadays?
Why? Because of all the sprite working?
Yes.
Exactly.
It's expensive.
That's exactly why I think nostalgia pandering is annoying at this point. That's another benefactor to it.
Well, even with that fact, more power to the Mania team who spent so much time on those sprites. Like they reworked the original Genesis sprites.
And I can commend them for putting in all that work for a project like Mania. But even still, I know that it takes a lot of work for a 2D game, especially nowadays. But even I feel like the games could evolve out of the 2D phase and into the 3D ones. I mean, just look at Mario.
And
Well,
he's
you
still
could have done
selling.
more with Mario than with Mario than with Sonic. Let's be real here.
Honestly, I feel like if we're just gonna keep comparing to Mario, we're just gonna make Sonic more like a joke at this point. Because we already know that how much Mario is a pretty much a successful franchise. Compared to Sonic, he's just not really to that high a point. He's
Even
popular,
if Mario
but he's
did
not-
get
but-
into like really stale period during
but
the
his
Wii U era.
But his history is damaged compared to Mario's. Mario's do have a fair share of bad games, but they don't top it off of the other ones that took right out of it.
At worst, Mario's worst games are just memes.
And honestly, I'm gonna say right here, I don't really like some of the gameplay they usually do on the new Super Mario Brothers. I'm talking about the one for the 2D scrolling, not the 3D ones, because the 2D ones are a little bit bland to me.
So I take it you weren't very much of a fan of Super Mario Maker?
Never play Super Mario Maker.
Well, neither have
I'm not-
I.
I don't even
I
want to
play
play.
one.
I'm not even gonna play it.
Go ahead, Des.
I played Super Mario Maker. I owned it because, well, it was fun. It was a fun game, but the only thing that does get me alienated. It's just people just keep making those Kaizo Mario levels. Like seriously.
Actually,
like
my
to
cousin.
say-
May I?
I don't think. Go for it.
I just have to say I owned the game for my Wii U, and back then when I still had electricity, before the hurricane, my cousin would come to to the house, and the first thing he would ask is, can I use your Wii U so I can play Super Mario Maker? And when I go and play it, I just see these fucking levels that just make me want to smash the controller into pieces. But I can't because it's the only controller I have. And just to be clear, that's just my cousin who lives close by that does those kinds of levels. And you can, if that's the extent of what one person can do, imagine the whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially those invisible blocks that everyone keep putting in those. Oh my god, they're annoying.
No, and the best part is that they put it with the laughs.
The laugh sound effects, basically, right?
Yes. Like every time.
It's like, oh hey, oh, I'm gonna be saved. Invisible block. Laughs. Fuck you.
It's the best.
That's what I'm feeling.
I think we're getting off topic about Sonic Forces.
Yeah.
Much left to say now.
I feel like I'm the only one who hasn't said much about it, even though I've said many times before.
I haven't really given my 2 cents about it.
Before I go.
Okay. When I first heard like Sonic Forces was gonna become a thing, I was confused, but at the same time, I was like, you know what, I'll take the chance. You know, after a while of experimenting new things that most people didn't really seem to appreciate it, and sometimes make a joke out of it or follow memes, mine not Sonic 06. But I feel like if we keep trying, you'll see better. But I can't seem to get that sort of mindset when they kept failing each time. Now, in the aftermath, it does neutrally, but the first time, it just does terribly. Like Sonic Unleashed, for example. People were complaining about the Warthog levels because they were slow compared to Sonic's, but I felt like, in my opinion, it looks balanced to me. I like the night and the day levels. I felt like when you have a very fast character, only to be withdrawn because of something that they can't really do because of some curse, really brings out how it really makes a character like him, well, balanced to me. Because being off, like, honestly, when you ever see a Sonic in a very fast level, you're gonna hit with a lot of corners, and you're gonna do it with a lot of mistakes, and it gets you a death because of it. His speed isn't really a thing that needs some more control on. His speed, to me, is like one of the levels I just don't seem to hang out with. He's too fast for me, because he'll hit something, and then I thought it'd be my fault, but it's more on the speed itself fault. But then again, I put the input of that. But anyway, back to what I was saying with Forces. Forces, I guess I can give it somewhat of a regard. I mean, I'm not saying it's the worst game, but I guess it's like mediocre at best. Like, the OC maker is alright, I guess, if you recall like that. I mean, unless you're counting like one of those like people who would take it online and redraw and make it better than what they could do in the game, which I really find a little creative sometimes, if you ask me. I don't have much to say for Sonic Forces, despite how everything goes so well. And I think we're going to talk about it later with the bullshit DLC they're seeming to complain about, which I don't understand what's the big deal. Because I don't understand why you're getting so angry about a DLC that's for free, but it's also the thing that's been created by you fools on the online. That's pretty much it for me.
Wow. Well, personally, I can't give my 2 cents because I'm among those players that haven't played the game yet. So
All that's left is JX, and he's the one who's played the most out of all of us here.
Yeah, and I'm just saying things I just saw from experience from videos like Kanbanamani 456.
Oh boy.
I was watching that too.
Well,
Yeah, I kind of like stop at the first boss, and then I kind of stop from there.
Same, because I watched his videos just to get a feel, and then a friend of mine at school had the Switch with him, and he was playing Forces, and so that's where I was able to get like some on-hand experience. And since I had like a few hours to kill, him and I literally beat the game.
Okay. Like, I know
but-
there's one for Steam, but I don't feel like buying it because I don't know it's really worth it.
I don't think it's worth. You're better off with Mania.
I mean,
But-
if it's on sale, then I'll think about it if it's very cheap. But other than that, I'm not paying like what $40 to $30 for it.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
but
worth
No,
let me
I think you're better off getting Bubsy the Woolly Strike back instead of Sonic Forces.
No, you're not.
No. Like, Fire, you don't understand. Forces is okay. Bubsy is just beyond terrible, so we can't.
No,
really-
here's what you're not understanding, okay? You can beat Bubsy in an hour, and that's $30. You pay $40 or less for Sonic Forces, and you can beat that game in 3 hours. That's a better deal. You get 2 extra hours with Sonic Forces, and you only have to pay like $10 more at the most.
You're getting $10 an hour. It's like paying for a stripper.
Oh no! Why'd you say it like that?
It's like that. What's it? That one transgender Bubsy that everybody loves drawing.
Oh god, don't tell me.
Oh god,
This is what I
no.
think you're talking about. Because like, there's like a person who is obsessed and just loves drawing it to death, but I'm not gonna mention it anyway because, you know.
We're gonna be good boys and not mention any of our colleagues. I use the term colleagues, quote unquote.
Well, I look at them as assholes, but that's not the point of this whole type discussion.
Yeah.
JX, the floor is yours. You can give your whole review of Forces.
Well, I've already posted a review on DA about it, but I might as well just give a skim thought on it. When I first saw Forces, in all honesty, I never really... I didn't get excited, but I wasn't disappointed, cautious either, because unlike most people, I'm very open-minded on whatever games I play. Especially when Sonic is concerned, since I know he's just pretty much invites a lot of negative topics. And just look at how often Sonic is given a lot in the internet.
IGN.
Don't remind me of them. But as someone who's very open-minded with games, especially when Sonic's the concern, when I saw Forces, I was optimistic about it, but also worried about how it will be in the long run, especially considering Mania was a thing. And by now that's out, I feel like I probably have the most positive yet unpopular opinion concerning it. Because looking into my hours I played in Forces, I pumped out 30+ hours on it. Even though I beat in 3 hours.
Oh my.
So, yeah, I get bored easily, so that's why I just like replaying a lot. But going back to it, looking through the story, it could have been better, even more so after reading the tie-in comics that came out on social media, the 4 issues of the tie-in comics that came out before it.
I just wish it stopped trying to make it so serious.
Or in my case, I wish it would have been so rushed about it, because like it transitions to one thing to another without having like a bit of a duration about it. Because like first you see Sonic being like disappear for a couple of months, and then you see like, oh my God, Sonic's alive! We gotta go and save him right now.
It was like, such a cop out,
like that quick, like so quick, like that, without like giving a bit of a long duration, saying like, okay, what happened afterwards? But we only see so little, and then instead we just go right off to like that.
And they missed like a hell of an opportunity to write a good character out of Infinite.
I felt like even with the tie-in comic, I felt like Infinite one of those experiments. I feel like it's just one of those experimental characters. Like I've seen backstories similar to him beforehand due to playing the last story. Since I'll be real here, I've known of this trope of bad luck mercenary life for a long time, even after playing last story. I feel like they dropped the ball with Infinite, but I could have seen more done with them.
I know. I can tell you guys exactly how they kind of made the game so much better. If Infinite's all about fear. Infinite's all about fear, yeah?
Yeah.
No.
What about that?
No, he's all about power. It's not about fear, it's about power.
No, let me explain. Okay?
His whole motivation and character arc was literally just... I'm too weak, I need to be strong. Blood does evil thing. Okay, now I am strong.
I was gonna say, if he wants to, like, Sonic to experience fear, why is he showing Sonic all, like, illusions of all the people he's beaten before? Like, Sonic knows he can beat them. If I was to write Sonic Forces instead of Sonic's enemies, I feel like it should have been Sonic's friends. And Sonic thinks that, like, he'd be like, can I trust my friends? Are you gonna betray me?
It could have been, instead of him focusing on power, Infinite could have been focusing on fear.
And betrayal.
He would have basically been Scarecrow from Batman.
And, like, basically his whole thing would be, like, trying to get Sonic to turn on everyone.
Basically,
And, like, the Avatar would snap him out of it. I don't know.
Basically, just have him go through have Sonic go through a phase, essentially.
Like, that really would have broken Sonic if he was, like, being in prison.
Well, we weren't gonna get that, unfortunately, because we got the writers for Colors and Generations on the story.
Well,
I honestly
okay,
thought...
Can we, like, take a minute and just say how in the hell do we get the other bosses into this game when it's not apparently called Generations 2, when you got these two, like, many bosses from different, like, types of games? That's really confused me a lot. Like, it does. Because, like, you got this guy from Sonic Adventure, you got this guy from Lost World, you got this motherfucker from this other game, and it's like, doesn't make any sense because it's not canon to Sonic Generations on the previous title. It's just, why?
Real
That
question, if
never
they
makes
wanted to
sense to
make...
me.
Alright. If they wanted to make Metal Sonic scary, they should have gone for his, like, upgrade or his brother.
I mean,
Neo Metal Sonic or Mecha?
Mecha Sonic.
Mecha Sonic has gotten a lot of notoriety. Need we say anything about SMBZ?
I would even go in that lore. That's actually Metal Sonic, and he upgraded himself.
No,
Yeah.
it was actually in Super Mario Bros. Z. It was Turbo Mecha Sonic.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say was he upgrades himself.
I'm gonna temporarily leave. I'll be back. Don't worry.
All right. We all remember that. I think in like Knuckles' storyline in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like Knuckles fights Mecha Sonic, and he's like powered up by the Master Emerald or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Was that his final boss, or was that
Yeah, that was Knuckles' final boss.
Alright.
Like, speaking of Knuckles, that kind of reminds me. If I don't know shit about Infinite, so I'm just throwing this out at random. Remember in Sonic and Knuckles story, or at least I remember. I don't know exactly. Wasn't like Sonic and Knuckles used to be rivals, and Eggman confused Knuckles to be Sonic to be the enemy because he took one of the emeralds?
Well, they
So
weren't
then
like
after-
they didn't used to be rivals. Like they met as enemies.
Yeah, and then later on they teamed up to get the emeralds back. Correct.
Yeah, when Knuckles found out, like, hey, he's stealing my Master Emerald.
Okay. So,
Oh no!
If that was the case, in my opinion, if I want to see a story of forces, I would just look at Infinite as just a misunderstood friend, because coming the fact that there's some enemies who usually go through such a terrible past, making them very like change on their complete character without help, they can't really help themselves. Let alone they could like be so corrupt like Infinite.
Well, in the case with Infinite, well, he's a mercenary, and more than likely, from the tie-in comic, I felt like life for him was never really good to begin with. Like, he probably must have gone through a pretty rough upbringing and life as a mercenary as time went on. But that's just my thoughts on what could possibly be his backstory.
I mean, I understand why, because like war seems to be more of a very depressive moment in their lives, especially if they're a soldier in that.
Well, like I said, the life of a mercenary isn't exactly a positive one. I mean, hell, the last story is one prime example of this, which is why I brought it up. Which is why I bring it up often. Because
I mean, Berserk would be a good example too.
Well, that too, but remember, I'm going with another story I've experienced that is outside of that, because that to compare to a game, compared to an anime plus manga series, well, I'd have to go with the last story. It's the only other one I could find that's similar. But
Well, I mean, 'cause Sonic isn't exactly known for nightmare fuel like Berserk is.
yeah, but remember, Sonic is still trying to get into the lightheartedness, but has some occasions of the cheesy seriousness. In all honesty, I kind of miss the seriousness, so that's why I'm kind of like light on my judgment of the story, because in all honesty, I'm sick of the Saturday morning cartoon. If I wanted to watch a Saturday morning cartoon type story, I'd actually watch a cartoon.
When you talk about the seriousness, it kind of reminds me of Sonic Unleashed. The fact that people, like, I don't know, like, I know Sonic is supposed to be this child-friendly thing, but when he takes things seriously, I can't take him seriously because his cocky, asshole-ish attitude.
Well, the main reason why I enjoy more serious plots is because of the experiences I've had with the comic books.
Then again, there's like a lot of people who don't really pay much attention to the comic and just pay more attention to the game story. Since a lot of them don't even feel like they're connected to be honest.
Yeah, but when concerning the comics, a lot of people kind of dislike the fans of the comic because of how the sad AM fans are.
Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't really see much of that. Only thing I know is just an intro into some one episode when he was like racing this one fast robot created by Eggman in some sort of race.
Well, the sad AM comics were the reason. The sad AM cartoon is the reason why we even have the Archie comics to begin with. The sad AM essentially started Sonic's big comic book career. And hell, we know how long they went with Archie, 20 years. And I'm gonna be honest here, if we're ever gonna get serious Sonic plots in the stories in Sonic, I honestly think the guys behind the comics books should be the ones to do it, especially Ian Flynn, who is the current writer of W Comics now.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that these stories that's been made by these games that's meant to be serious aren't really coming from the comic book artists? Well, actually, not comic book artists. The comic
they're coming from
writers
different.
themselves.
They're coming from different people, and in all honesty, when concerning them, I honestly like Sonic just always sticking to be kiddie. I mean, in all honesty, I really think you could do more with him. I mean, hell,
there's more potential to the character than just being an asshole all the time. He could be really heart-endearing. I mean, look at him. He wants to save animals, and that's one of the traits that I like about him. He likes saving people. That's his job. He's a hero for a reason, to protect. He wants to protect everything.
And in the comics, Sonic has more flaws than he is good. Sonic does have flaws too, show more so in the comics. I mean,
what is his biggest flaws? Is it just because of his?
I guess the biggest flaw is just that he's cocky and impatient.
Exactly, and even Sally, one of his crushes, calls him out on that on few occasions in the comics.
I can see that definitely, because if you're in a big situation when it could be very devastating to the person, like let's say Princess Sally is going through this one deep mission that might risk her life, and he wants Sonic to stay there for a minute, and if nothing happens, then he'll go, and he's become impatient for just a couple of seconds, and then he's like, fuck it, I'll try to save Princess Sally, only to make it more worse because he appeared, and he has no idea what's going on. That's what I look at it.
Then there was the whole Genesis arc where Sally was turned into a robot.
Wait, shit, that actually happened?
Yeah, yep. Nelson was the thing.
It's because Sonic effed up. He let himself get distracted.
Yeah, and
what he got distracted by? That's what I want to know.
Silver Sonic.
No, here, look.
He was like, oh yeah, what the fuck would be complete without Silver Sonic? This guy almost got me the chili sauce. I'm gonna make sure he gets his just desserts this time, yeah. Something like that.
Here's a panel from the comic as to why I feel like the comic has a better representation of Sonic. Like, look at Sonic's face here. After seeing Sally being roboticized.
Oh, Jesus.
Jeez.
That face Sonic has traumatized.
You really Sonic, you have failed one job, and it's up to you to keep an eye on everybody, but look at you now. You made her into a weapon.
Yeah, literally. Sonic went through a mental inner crisis throughout this entire arc. And hell, here's another panel from the comic too.
Wait, wasn't what's her name? What's her female wolf name? I forgot. Didn't she fought with her at one point?
Lupe?
Yeah, Lupe.
Yeah. That, like, a lot of characters were pretty much that was often the reason why so many characters joined the Freedom Fighters.
Because like I noticed that same pose, and it was Lupe this time when she was battling. That's why I mentioned her.
Yeah, like I said, the comic has honestly the better representation of Sonic. Because Sonic has a lot of doubts. He's not a perfect hero like everyone else has.
Well, what everyone expect him to be, that is.
Yeah, exactly. Because the comics can write out a character other than just being a cocky asshole. And Sonic has flaws in the comic. Like I said, this panel shows his worth. This entire arc shows Sonic at his worth. Having to deal with someone who was his best friend and ally and now turned against him.
And the one thing that seems to really puts me down while we're talking about this is, if there's so much potential on this character in the comics, why can't he just imply the same thing for video games just a tiny bit? Like, it could be one little bit of wisdom or something that he done that could be as a flaw, without having like, oh man, I guess I lost that Eggman again. Ah, shucks, gotta try it again, right, Tails? Yeah, Sonic Man, say it again.
Pardon? Uni wants to join, and he's gonna be coming anytime soon. So.
Wait, who again?
Monokron. Yeah.
Did you set the ground rules for him?
Well, he's a hero of the court, so he has the privilege to enter.
Well, just as long as he doesn't make everything go into chaos.
Like I said, the comics for Sonic really just show that Sonic has flaws. He's not a perfect hero. I mean, he may be a hero. He's still a relatable guy.
Like, it still doesn't disappoint me, the fact that this guy has potential and actual meaning to his ways, but you see this cocky asshole that doesn't know shit about anything, expect everything to be completely fine, and then when things get out of hand, he's like, oh well, better go zip, 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 and hop, hop, hop until I get away with my problems.
Better go real fast, yeah!
Can you get this fucking mind about things? I mean, we get it, you're fast, but you're...
No, I'm gonna bust fast.
If he's holding his true potential of his speed, wouldn't that mean he'll just completely destroy everything he throws by? I mean, think about it. He's running so fast, but he's not to his actual limit. And if he goes to a certain limit, everything around him will be completely destroyed.
Oh no, this ain't happening.
Alright, I'll stop.
Like I said, that's why I think the writers of the comics should be the ones handling the stories from now on. Ian Flynn especially. Because he was the one who
mentioned
wrote out
possible
the
theory.
comic.
Because, is that actually true, what I just stated, or no, it's not something like that, of why he's like...
With Sonic? And no,
like the speed, like not trailing his actual speed. Like, he's saying he's fast, but he's not.
It's kind of hard to explain considering the comics because there are so many incarnations of Sonic there, especially due to the many reboots that happened.
Yeah.
I will say, go ahead.
Even thanks to Penders.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, concerning all this stuff with Sonic, I think we've gone too far off topic concerning forces. I still think the story could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse too.
Yeah, as much as it sounds great to have them, I'm sure they'll miss out the entire point of the game's, well...
Yeah,
meaning.
and like I said, this is a platformer, and apparently in the mentality of for platforming games, the story's got to be simple. It has to be simple,
all you need to know is simply you got one person doing such a thing, they're in trouble, it's up to you to do something to make it happen so that you can get a game over. And honestly, we're going too deep over this. We're comparing to a comic anyway.
Oh, guys, Monokron's here.
Yeah, I noticed.
Say hi.
He's here.
Hey.
Okay. So
We don't speak in the third person, Monokron.
Monokron can speak.
But guys, aren't we supposed to go to the next point of our podcast, because we've been spending a little too long on Sonic here.
I was about to say, we need to close out on this topic.
Well,
yeah,
wait.
Sorry about that.
But we still have another topic about Sonic. And
No, not the
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What's this about?
That's the thing.
Sonic.
We've been talking nothing but Sonic in general.
But there's one thing before we close this topic, and it's our dear buddy. It's our dear buddy, the one and only, Ken Penders. Getting hired by IDW.
Oh god, I'm happy that Gunshot's not here right now because he will go ballistic.
He would be pissed. You stole his topic.
I'm sorry. But
Oh my god.
Just get over it.
Mono doesn't know who Ken Penders is.
Yeah, I don't know who any of these people are. I'm not really a gamer.
He's an artist.
Oh, are you talking about? And you mentioned IDW. You talking about the Sonic IDW comics?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've always wanted to get into those. Actually, they seem really cool, and I was like a big fan of liking Sonic back then, even though I never played any of the games because I enjoy the story. You know, it's kind of this dark backstory to it. My favorite character was always Sally Acorn.
Monokron, you were mentioned. Look in podcast. That's Ken Penders' work.
Oh shit. Oh yes, I know this.
Okay.
Oh,
That reaction is on point.
This is not good. We have unleashed the Mono.
what the fuck is this?
This is Ken Penders and his fantastic artwork.
Yes, he says he wants to prove himself that he's truly good.
Oh god, dude, there's a hilarious edit of that with like the freaking Grinch. I gotta find that now. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, Lance got a commission from Penders. Yeah. Oh god.
I have to go digging for that now. Why do you do this to me?
But like,
I'm gonna go find that right now. Ken Penders.
But for real though, don't we have like something else to talk about after this?
Yes, Battlefront, and then a certain Capcom game actually
Now, I
coming
can
back from the dead.
Talk about that one because I bought the game.
Well, it's
have
not
it,
good things.
Obviously, it's not good things, but honestly, I think that people are being too critical of judging it. Because yes, the loot box system is bad, but they did backpedal on it. And honestly, the game is not that horrible. I've been playing for a couple dozen hours.
We're not complaining about the gameplay. We're complaining about the backhanded business practices. That they're doing.
Obviously, it's a backhanded in business practice.
And here's the worst part. So yeah, they said they're shutting down the ability to purchase loot boxes, but in that very same tweet, they said they'd be putting it back up at a later day.
Well, Disney,
at a later date.
Disney did get involved, and I think that they would really have to fix their system before they implement it back in place. Because
my point is, their argument is, or their apology is invalid and empty because they said they were going to turn it off, but they're just going to turn it back on and just screw people over later.
Yeah, I do get what you're talking about.
Why am I going through Ken Penders' Twitter? What the hell?
Fen, and you thought you had a rough. I had to scroll through and just see what he made, and I regret every single second of it.
I have to go to media now. I have to go to media to try to find his art. Yes, he does.
Oh my god, this dude looks like a total frickin'
Loser.
A man child?
Kinda. He's got the pedo stash.
Yep.
He really does.
Now you mention it. Oh my god.
But
Now
my
I'm
check
looking
was
at
on
the
Lara
same again.
Sue Chronicles? What
basically-
the fuck am I looking at?
he basically made
Is he ironic about this or is he serious?
You serious?
He's serious.
Hold on,
He's serious, all
hold
right.
on, guys.
There it is.
Let me tell Monokron about the whole story with Larasu. Ken Penders was the one who wrote up the Chaos Emerald and, of course, Knuckles Echidna Tribe story arcs for the comics. And let's just say he basically acted like a little bitch and called out for the claims for it. Own it.
I found it. I found it.
And he tried to make his own universe with the characters that were used for the comics, and he tried to quote unquote redesign them which is oh fucking hell, which is
Come on!
Wait! There you go!
Oh god. I have no words.
It was a troll post, of
I
course.
have no words for this.
Fucking cringe.
You better share this, if not, I will find a way.
sure what.
Right.
Like,
The Grinch.
so they know what we're reacting to. They need to know what we're reacting to.
Okay,
I'll link it if I
so
have to.
okay, so what I'm currently watching right now is what should have been who would she be?
This was
Laura
Lance's
Sue?
commission, edited.
Was that supposed to be Laura Sue or
It may have been
Julie?
Julie Sue. I think it may have been Julie.
I don't even know.
I don't know the differences anymore.
No.
Hang on a second.
To fly some planes.
Mamma mia.
I'm dying.
Baby Scott the die.
The hell?
This is
Also, I got one guy's like name at the bottom. Issa's Fappy Hour.
It really amazes me what people spend their time and effort on. But if that's if that's what's supposed to motivate them, your time and effort is just completely joked around, Penders. If your so-called effort is.
I just. I'm surprised that I didn't finish my 2 cents on Force of that. Okay, picked it all up. But, yeah, there's nothing else to say about Ken Penders in my opinion, because in all honesty, he ruined chance of certain characters reappearing. Shade.
Okay, guys. Shout out to
okay.
Ken Penders. Shout out to Ken Penders.
I don't think he'd be listening.
Hey, Gunny's here. Hey, Gunny.
I'm tracking back. Hey.
To Ken Penders getting high.
We're just getting started, Gunshot. You're
You
not
go
late.
first, man.
To Ken Penders getting hired by IDW.
Oh boy, you have waited
Go
all this
crazy,
time
go.
for this, in you.
Just
So
the bunker,
crazy, man.
shithead. Just the bunker.
Perfect, because I had a joust from a guy who, I quote, "Why I defend Penders," and he's got links from.
Oh God.
Yeah,
There's so many things wrong here.
Where do I start with him?
Ow! Ow! Shit!
What did you do?
Ay, my toe.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you stepped on a Lego brick.
No, my toenail's fucked up and it hurts when anything.
Ah,
Yeesh.
so go ahead, Gunny. Unload your knowledge of the almighty Ken Penders, our Lord and Savior.
Almighty.
he's the greatest. He's the greatest artist of all time.
Lies. You people are living lies.
Well, I mean, I did just share the reading Ken Penders' latest tweet on the fact that if he were to get hired by IDW, in his official Twitter, I say, and I quote, "The only reason I'd submit to IDW's Sonic would be to prove my version would sell better. Since I doubt it ever happened, it's a moot point."
Wasn't Ken Penders, or didn't he already work for IDW?
No, he didn't.
Then
I looked it up too, and I got really, really scared because apparently I saw his name associated with All Hail Megatron, but no, that was a false thing.
It was a joke. A funny joke.
Because I was gonna get really scared if he worked on any of the IDW stuff, but no, he never did. The only thing he ever worked was on Archie's stuff, and let's just say his style was basically a very bad downgrade.
Gotcha. I'm gonna be honest here concerning Penders. He doesn't deserve to work on anything with IDW. He probably just fucked it up either way.
I can't give my 2 cents. I've never read anything that he's ever done.
Well, he's only done Archie comics, so.
The only thing he wrote interesting from there is the whole Echidna backstory in the Emeralds, which is taken away thanks to him being an asshole.
Yep. It's no longer canon with the Genesis Wave, and basically rip anybody who was ever a fan of the Archie series, because it was completely destroyed thanks to him.
Which is why everyone hates him.
Yeah, but like, was the Archie series ever any good?
It got dark on some occasions.
But getting dark doesn't always equally mean getting better.
Yeah, but in all honesty, I find it better than sticking to being a cheap classic.
I mean, there can be a blend in stories, don't get me wrong, but like, it's a game about it's a game or story or whatever you want to say about a blue hedgehog who runs fast and is trying to stop a robot genius who looks like a bald Theodore Roosevelt. How serious can you get with that?
Well, I know you
like you've been so specific on Eggman. Oh, God.
I know you can go kitty with that.
Why does one of my clone troopers smell like cleaning detergent?
I don't want to know why.
I'm gonna be honest here. I just prefer the serious story because you can just do more with Sonic aside from just staying to a Saturday morning cartoon.
Well, you could, and that's what the Sat AM was. That's what the Sat AM Sonic was.
Yeah, I know that, but I kind of wish they could do that with their games because I'm kind of getting sick of for the games to just stick to that formula already. I miss the cheap Sonic Adventure days of storytelling. Even though they still had problems, they were at least more enjoyable to me. In terms of story.
Oh, sorry. Finn, if you'd like to share about that artist, you can. Keep in mind we're in a podcast, so we have to explain everything like crazy.
Oh, like, I was just trying to say, like, with every bad artist, there's a good artist as well. And one I'd like to advertise is Vert Anderson on Twitter. Really good artist, just extremely talented. Love his work. He's done some really great stuff for Life Arrow. Not to mention he can find some really good art here and there. It's some funny stuff as well, like this one.
I think Sonic Guru said it best on anyone's thoughts on Penders in this video.
Holy shit.
If we're going off some of my favorite comic book artists, mine would have to be Alex Milne from IDW Publishing, the main artist who works on the Transformers IDW More Than Meets the Eye and the Lost Light series. Because some of the stuff that he's ever drawn has been like one of my favorite pieces of comic book media in general, and he's drawn a really awesome redesigned version of Mega Man that I wish would have been actually signed on for IDW Publishing. Could you imagine if Mega Man would move to IDW along with Sonic?
Oh, that would be awesome.
There's one guy. Hold on, let me get my Mega Man tribute book because there's one artist that I remember really liking.
But yeah, could you imagine if they did get Capcom to give him a Mega Man 2? Because I don't know if any of y'all have read as far on IDW's storylines with Transformers as I have, but like, they're not afraid to take risks, and they will take a lot of chances. If you've read Last Stand of the Wreckers, they basically stated from the beginning, half of the team will die, but we won't say who. And they could die at any point, at any time of the comic, no matter what. And they've stayed true by killing off a lot of fan-favorite characters.
So what are your thoughts on what I posted in voice chat just now? Or podcast, my bad.
The what's it? The Phoenix Wright with the ditto face?
No, it's Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton, but they swapped their faces.
Oh God.
Okay, the laugh was like a Roblox character.
You're about to have a Roblox. That's perfect.
That's great. Ooh.
If I may ask, what's so good about Roblox?
Nothing.
It's a meme. It's just a meme.
That's what it is. It's Joe and G. I love Joe and G. Really great comic book artist.
Okay, can I
Who is
share a
it?
good...
Hold on, I'll pull him up. Joe and G.
Go ahead,
Joe's
Yogurt.
on art for Transformers
Hush,
as well.
hush. Go ahead, Yogurt.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something about Des, because Des was gonna say something.
You guys talk about Roblox, like, it's also good about that. Like, it's just boring.
Nothing's good about it.
There's nothing good about it, but like the specialty of the memes just make it better. But you know,
We're just talking about it ironically.
There's nothing worth saving from that, like, at all. Oh yeah, freaking Alex Mine is able to make the rescue bots look cool. Props to whoever can do that. It's the preschool version.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
The preschool version of Transformers, basically.
Yeah, I've been seeing that on whenever that came up on certain shows.
Okay, Gunshot. I'm sorry, but when you mentioned preschool, I just imagined Rugrats, but they're Transformers.
Oh my God.
What?
It's just like Rugrats are Transformers.
That's
Tiny
terrible.
Pickles is Optimus Prime.
It's terrifying. Why would you say that?
Hey, Gunshot, check out the work that Finn posted.
Hey. That Mega Man, though.
That what's his name though? Duo. Check out Duo in the back.
Duo looks like Optimus or a Transformer, to be honest.
Wait, wasn't it that one artist, Alex? What now?
Alex Milne.
Yo, he's in here. He did a Mega Man 3-piece.
I know. I just found that piece, too. It's this one, right?
The one with Top Man and all the robots behind him.
Yep, I just posted it right now. That's Alex Milne with Mega Man.
Yes. He made it in the tribute. I'm like literally flipping through the pages right now.
So could you imagine if, like, Capcom was able to give IDW the comic book rights, and they'd have Alex Milne as the main artist with this art style?
I was gonna say Alex Milne or give it to Joe and G, or hell, give it to Shamba. Shamba can do that style and his own style, which is amazing.
I'm just saying Alex Milne because he's already working there to begin with.
If there's one
like
Mega Man series that I think needs a comic book adaptation, it would be the Legends games. Because that never got anything. I mean, think about it. I mean,
yeah, it did.
Battle Network had a manga and an anime series. Star Force got an anime. Mega Man Zero got a manga. I'm sure the original and X Step without a doubt got their adaptations, but nothing on Legends.
What about ZX?
Well, that too.
Alex Milne, I can safely say, is my biggest inspiration.
Fire. Legends got plenty. It got a sequel and a spinoff. What more do you need? I have the biggest shit-eating grin on my face right now.
You are a little troll.
Yes.
I can say the same for you, Gunshot. Remember the very beginning for you and start this podcast? You just tricked us like twice.
Yeah.
True, but you guys are just gullible enough to believe it, though.
What a play. No, they're gonna get Bob Strang with his origami visuals to like do Mega Man totally.
Yes.
I wonder if I can be as the C-17.
And just the next picture that I posted is of a nice little duo shot of Starscream and Jetfire. You know, because both of them have a lot of history.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it looks like some creepy ass fan fiction right now. Cause I can see like Megatron, like his grin. It looks like he's gonna rape that poor boy.
So
Well, they did have a very close relationship in the cartoon, and in like previous iterations, they have been shown to be like very close back then.
A little too close.
by the way, I'm sorry that I have to interrupt this amazing conversation, but I feel like we should discuss Battlefront and its problems. If we want to. That is.
Oh boy, if you really want to talk about microtransactions, the game.
Yeah, I mean Overwatch. People will say like Overwatch does it, but here's
No, but Overwatch makes it fair. Overwatch makes it fair, and like it's only cosmetic changes.
Exactly, that's the thing. It's only cosmetic.
I'm gonna bring up something real quick concerning microtransactions. If you want to look at how bad microtransactions should be, look at gotcha games on mobile phones.
Candy Crush.
Look at
No, that's not even a comparison. That's a mobile game. Like only old little girls play that shit.
how
Like
about Metal Gear Solid 5.
Wait. Gunshot, why characterize them as girls?
I don't know. Who was the last guy that you met who openly stated that I love? Jesus. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Take it back now, y'all.
Every adult play it, but every adult play Candy Crush.
My mom plays it a lot.
See,
I mean,
my mom
honestly,
played it
this
too
is
before,
more for.
but-
I mean, honestly, this game is more. For people who are like in their damn 40s or 60s.
No.
Alright, fair point. But back to Battlefront. It's a very irritating. It's just irritating in general. Like, basically, they have like these credit systems. I don't remember. There's like 2 different currencies in the game, but I don't remember specifically. And in order to unlock certain heroes for missions, like Luke and Vader are the most expensive, right? But if you don't want to pay for them instantly with microtransaction, it would take you at least. And I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but like a couple of Reddit posts crunched it for him. It would take like 48 hours of nonstop grinding to be able to afford at least one of the heroes. And that's just in like random loot box chances and just overall grinding.
Really?
And those like loot boxes that EA is trying to pull off have gotten so bad that a ton of governments have been like putting in their 2 cents on it too. Like if it's so bad that legal attention has been getting to it, then they might like find a way to ban them outright. Because technically that if you like read into the legality of loot boxes, it's technically gambling for. It technically falls into the line of like illegal gambling.
True.
Because all you're doing is like setting stuff to random chance, but if you want like odds to go into your favor, you have to pay the provider directly, just to only better your chances, but not to ensure what product you get.
See, here's the thing.
Wait.
I'm just gonna be outright and say I play Street Fighter V. I'm sorry. I know it's a bad game. It'll get better soon, but it has DLC, okay, and it has end-game like fight money you can earn, right? At least in that game, I can pay for money and get what's advertised.
Hello.
Instead of leaving it to chance.
Yeah.
We just came in.
I think Mono may have come back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you don't have to leave things at the chance in a game like Street Fighter. You're paying for like what you're getting. You're not gonna be like, oh, we do loot boxes now. You want this character? You want this costume? You want all that? You gotta grind. You gotta leave it to chance. No.
Can I give my 2 cents about
Go ahead.
the loot boxes? I don't get what people's like. To me, I feel like I look at them as just small-minded because how the fuck is that even fair? I don't get what you're getting. Like, okay, I look at loot boxes as just a waste of money and time, and the fact that your chances of getting such thing is very small or very high, depending on how valuable the damn thing is. I don't see a point why it should be all luck-based when you just get what you're supposed to get. Like, it's pure random, and it's all random and luck. And I don't get how you can call it fair when you're gonna spend like hundreds of dollars of loot boxes and getting none of that, and then when it does happen, you just waste hundreds of dollars just to get it. And is that really all worth it in the end when you spend all that worthless money on some goddamn useless thing that you're probably not gonna use for the next couple of days?
Well, I mean, if you want to see the biggest offender of this, look at fucking League of Legends.
Yep.
I have a friend of mine who got into the game, and I kid you not, he spent over $500 on characters and skins in that game, even though that's quote unquote free to play.
Jeez.
Fuck.
Free to play,
Like-
more like free to pay.
Yeah,
Maybe
like,
that's why. Maybe that's why Donkey quit League of Legends.
It's a lot.
You should play League of Legends because it's not even that good.
I'm gonna be honest
Not-
here. I do play League of Legends, and I kind of spend either $50 or $100 in just one of the characters, which is Tristana. And
Because
Don't do it again.
Yeah, you're better off spending your money on other games.
yeah,
Because here's the thing: if you really love supporting it and loot boxes, I can understand that. But when you take it so far to get something that you're probably not even gonna get at all, it's just ridiculous to me.
Trust me, I felt that way when concerning Brave Frontier.
Especially with Overwatch. I mean, you're getting fucking skins, voices. I don't see how it's like further value. I mean, I'm not gonna bring the damn franchise again, but Call of Duty, I understand that because you're getting guns. But even then, why even pay that for guns when the guns are already pre-installed for you to use for online purposes?
Oh god, are you getting into like the on-disc DLC stuff now? Stuff that's like already been programmed into the disc, but now you have to pay it just to access it? Because that's a whole other monster, and that's just... No matter what company that does it, that's just scumbaggy, really.
Yeah, we
And
already.
I love how people love to defend it because it's calling fair. You have guns, and you have way other options, and you're gonna spin it all the way up for some dumbass skin on a gun. Or some stupid thing on your avatar. Better yet, why the fuck are you so tempted about your goddamn avatar? Just grab some random ass thing and just call it a day and use your skills instead of you and your own beauty.
In all honesty, if I were in that type of situation, I'd rather just use what I got and just play up to get what I want. Rather
Well, I mean,
than just pay.
it happened to Destiny too when it launched, and their microtransactions were trying to do the same thing. Instead, it was the currency was silver, because the shaders that they add, which can customize your skins and like give you different colors, it was they only gave you 2 out of the entire game, and the whole point was like to get random chances for more skin shaders, but they were only one-time use, and people backlashed it so much that Bungie tried to fix the whole thing again, so that they'd make like shaders appear more often and be a more fair encounter.
There are people out there who actually check this and say why it's reasonable. People keep bringing these stupid points like, oh, it helps the company. Oh, it supports it. Okay. So you're telling me that the games that they receive from the money they gotten, you also forgot other things like DLC and other several things, and the other things that are required to even be published are certainly several things. So I don't get how this is all necessary to me if there's other things that are already filled up their damn pockets with money.
So what do you want me to say, man? It's just big business.
I don't know. Like, it's just a topic I just don't tend to bring up because it's just something I don't want to get into because there's people out there who just take it to the extreme, and I don't like getting in such arguments that gets me to disaster.
That's what we call fanboy, dear Yogurt, and they are some of the worst people you can get into an argument with.
And yet, I hate talking to Call of Duty fans. Fanboys.
You mean like all the 11-year-olds?
And there's pretty much grown up who pretty much care little man children still complains or still try to protect it, trying to say why it's original and why it's so creative. If aiming at people and shooting call them creative, if you're counting the fucking story, which to be honest, the story doesn't make any much of a difference because if you break it down, then it's not really much something interesting.
Yeah, Call of Duty and Battlefield, it's just spunk gargle wee wee.
Basically, in my point of view, you got this one guy they have no specific name to, has big importance like, oh, okay, I gotta save the world till some bullshit happens with everything going out of berserk. So we made these people that we have no one turn to, who we finally found out they're dead, and later on in the game, like trying to get all edgy and shit, saying like, oh, look at us, we're shooting, we're trying to save the world, we're gonna kill people. See the stabbing animation? Yeah, we're serious this time. Check out this rubber ducky. Oh yeah, we're very serious.
I long for the day where you can play a Call of Duty game and beat someone up with a rubber ducky.
Call of bass. This is a call of bass, everyone.
Ernie decided he had enough of the jihads, and he decided to go up against the Taliban on his own, armed with his rubber ducky only.
But I already pretty much did my thoughts on dealing with certain fans in general, right with Skip alone.
Just let them speak what they speak. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I know I'll let them speak, but this is what's going on in the back of my mind when talking to them.
I mean, they're never gonna listen to you because they think they're all inferior about everything they think they are, because they do so much thing to them, and when they have so much intern to it, they think they know absolutely everything.
Yeah, that's why this is on the back of my head and not in front of it. Like I said, I'm not. This is in the back of my mind, even though it may not be up front, but I can still think it, even when talking. Like I said, I don't like to get my anger out unless it's something I actually have some passion about. And either say anything.
Let's move forward. What's our next topic, Inky?
Oh shit.
I think after the whole IDW, the whole thing with the IDW and all that stuff with the Battlefront, I don't think we have another topic.
No, we had something, right?
Okay.
Well, we could.
Wait,
well, there's one
Pokemon?
thing.
What about Pokemon?
And what that movie?
For the game.
Oh, we could talk. Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a couple of stuff we could say about the I Choose You movie, and share our thoughts on the new Ultra Sun movie.
Hush.
Okay.
Or at least what we want to get.
Yogurt.
Okay. 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 To get out of the way, I want to get out of the way just so in case we bring it up. Yes, Pikachu fucking talks, but there's an explanation behind it. I seen the video about it, and it kind of makes sense to me. And there's two possible theories. The most obvious one is either he's going through near-death experience, because during one of the scenes when he was nearly to his death, literally obliterated by other fucking angry Pokemon, you see him like, whatchamacallit? Damn it. Shit, I can't
Hallucinating.
Because like hallucinating. Yes. Sorry. I was thinking like something involved like a smear or something, but yeah, hallucinating is better. And during that, you can see during it, and when he starts to talk, Pikachu started to talk. And I don't know what makes him think of Pikachu to talk, but I guess it just, I don't know, makes it more dramatic. And when it actually happens, it kind of makes sense because of that, and it makes sense to fit in. Now, the other thing I heard is because of just no long relationship between Pikachu and Ash. I don't get it. I don't understand at all, because there were some moments in anime when he never seemed to understand the Pikachu, or sometimes just gets so confused with what he's talking about. I seen this for like the first season of it. And then there's recurring ones when he's like trying to feel like he understands. I feel like he's just doing that just to make him think he's better than everyone because he can understand this Pokemon, when really he doesn't.
Ash has never been the brightest tool in the shed.
Yeah. Ash may have his moments, but these days it's kind of just.
And I feel like the exaggeration about Pikachu talking is just a little too off. I mean, if you were to take a moment back and just realize that this is the movie that represents from the very first episode of Pokemon anime. Have
Yeah,
they not missed that? Did they not miss that moment?
Yeah, but why did the 20th anniversary have to have a girl Pikachu decide to confess her feelings to Ash?
I seriously question that. I really do, because there's so many ways you could just prevent that. You could just make him like say Pika and it's like blah 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 and he's like chew very softly. I mean, that's a better choice than talking with actual words, which just makes it so much confusing because he never said one goddamn word except just his name. The only acceptable one is Meowth, and that's because he took some years to learn.
Did that Meowth go?
If that's the case, then how the hell did Meowth learn? So does that mean that all Pokemon can learn English?
I'm trying to remember because there was one point when Meowth wasn't with Rocket. How it goes? It kind of goes like this. So he was rolling around at some
the backstory was that like
he was like a very lonely Meowth,
and he was just trying to impress a girl by learning how to talk English.
So there was one point when he was in this sort of vent or something, and he heard this sort of a class talking with some English, and it took him a while until he learns how to actually say words in an instant, which is like, okay. And so when he came back to impress this girl that he can talk, he pretty much just looked at him as a freak.
And he just like ditched me out on the spot. Like he's just like, nah, boy, fuck that shit.
It's like, I don't want my goddamn babies being abominations like you who can talk words. I'm out of here. Peace.
That episode was just... I just have nothing to say on the episode with that female Meowth.
That female Meowth is a bitch. That's all I can say.
Pretty much.
Oh, sorry, kind of
like I understand what they're coming with when it's like, why I don't want to hang out with a person that I just met not too long ago who has a certain ability I'm not aware of. Well, you could at least give him a chance. I mean, it could work out.
I kind of tuned out. What did I miss?
We're talking about like the I Choose You movie.
But spoilers.
I still have yet to watch it though. I have it recorded. I have it recorded so I can watch it later on.
I feel like
can't.
I feel like that moment when Pikachu spoken kind of makes everyone miss the entire point of this movie. And that moment, I feel like the way they did that is to show how much that Pikachu, ever since he doesn't want to be in a Pokeball, shows how much the reason why he doesn't want to be in a Pokeball.
Yogurt, I have to correct you. It's she, not he.
But it doesn't have a female tail.
The female tail thing didn't exist till Gen 4.
2.
No, the tail difference, not the gender.
Oh, right. Well, that's true. I guess that's why they added Gen 4 Pokemon in there, too.
Did you just assume Pikachu's gender? Triggered.
Don't start with me, boy.
Okay.
Okay, guys. 2 minutes. Okay.
What's the next topic? What's the next topic here?
Yay!
Guys.
I got one.
Let's move on to something.
Guys.
Well, what?
It's almost an hour and a half.
Okay. Street Fighter?
It feels like 2 hours, to be honest.
Right.
What about Street Fighter
So
still around?
I was gonna say,
we
like,
might as well talk about Infinite since that's the most current thing in here.
actually, no, Infinite doesn't have anything actually worth talking about right now.
Well, I mean,
all they added was 3 characters, and one's basically Chris 2.0, one's Sea Viper 2.0, and the other one's Venom with a weird voice. That's all there's to talk about.
There was like
I still think they should go back with the comedic kind of Venom. Like, if you ever played, I don't know why everyone just calls it Spider-Man on the PlayStation, considering it was also on the N64, PC, and Sega Dreamcast. But
I think
it was on the PlayStation.
But I was gonna say that Street Fighter V, if you haven't like played the game or bought the game, but you've heard it's really bad, as of I think January, it's either January 18th or January 16th. the game's going to be receiving a huge update, and it's going to be Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. All the current DLC characters will be in the package free of charge. Don't know about all the stages yet, but if they're in there, then you'd be crazy not to get it.
Wait, so all the DLC characters are free?
Yeah. So
yeah, that's just another Destiny situation, though.
So yeah, sure, I got cucked, but getting a $40 price tag for it if you haven't bought the game until now, which compared to $60 at launch, and like I said, you're getting like 6 arcade modes, an extra battle mode with all kinds of things you can do, a full expansive gallery. God knows what else they're gonna add.
And the best part is it has and the best part is that it has arcade mode compared to
like I said,
original.
6, not just 1, 6.
6. Think about that. 6 arcade modes compared to none at all. I mean, that's a big deal right there. And everything that was around, it never had any core.
And when I say 6 arcade modes, I mean 6 arcade modes per character.
Since when does this podcast become an ad?
All of the above.
But
what gets hype about it is there's supposed to be Capcom costumes coming in too, and we've gotten a look at Beautiful Joe already.
Like, Finn,
this game might get more love from Capcom than Marvel Infinite. I'm just gonna be straight.
Like, Finn, I don't know shit about Street Fighter, but I'm gonna say it. When I first played Street Fighter V, I was surely disappointed because there's no arcade mode until a long time after they had one. I tried out the story mode and I thought it would be interesting because of that, but no, it didn't really satisfy me. I'm pretty sure it didn't satisfy anyone else. All you do is hit one move and it's pretty much just, what was like 3 fights and then it's 1 story mode down, basically, I think.
Yeah, it's called Character Story. There is like a big campaign story which you can probably get through in a few hours.
To be honest, since Yogurt, you're more of the Tekken guy here, since you played through Tekken 7.
I played through Tekken 7 as well, and there's no Lei, so I'm sad.
To be honest, we're getting a lot of good characters for Tekken 7. I mean, seriously, look at Noctis loses Kylum.
I'm laughing at that so hard, because everybody's like, Noctis is an abomination, he shouldn't be in Tekken 7. It's like, are you sure about that? Are you really sure about that? Points to Gon.
I mean, Tekken has a fucking bear. Everything's all up for grabs.
Tekken had Gon.
Guys. I gotta say one thing. The day Noctis was revealed was also the day Cloud was revealed for Smash.
Wow, that cannot be a coincidence.
It can't be.
It's Final Fantasy Day.
I really wish this podcast would have been better if I have a topic for me, because I love fucking Smash Brothers.
Actually, here's something. Arc System Works is launching a website for BlazBlue because 2018 will be its 10th anniversary. Well, I love BlazBlue, but Arc System Works, please listen to your fans. And I think you know what I'm going to say next. Central Fiction needs a fucking dub.
And Revelator.
More like Cross Tag Battle needs Bang Shishigami, or else I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I don't think Revelator getting a dub is in the cards, especially yes, XArt Sign had a dub, but doing my research, the dub was actually rushed, even though I still thought it was pretty good. I fucking loved Slayer's English voice. Sounds like freaking what the fuck was his name?
To the stars. I don't know. I never heard it.
Okay, so I have this.
Sean, I think was it Sean Connery? People say he sounds like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but BlazBlue's always been consistent with its dubs. So why the heck now? It'll delay the release of the game. Well, were you not paying attention to what Capcom did? They released their game for the tournament fighters, and look at all the backlash they got, and you did the exact same thing. Because, but people would just import it. Okay, then region lock it. It's not that hard.
Yeah, but people hate region lock stuff.
Yeah, well, they can just fucking wait then. I'm sure like everybody would have rather waited. Sure, you got your fucking dub hating weeaboos that would have said like, that doesn't matter. I never used the dub anyway. I'm like, fuck you. BlazBlue has some of the best English voice acting.
I could have made a joke so easily there, but I decided to refrain myself for the good of the podcast.
Let me get this straight. So sub is the subtitles to the Japanese language, and dub is like the
English voice acting.
Okay.
English voice acting or any other language around the world.
I mean,
I'm trying like to fit in that sort of topic, but I never seem to understand between those two, because if I might say something, I might get like shit on because of it. Because you know how people are.
Whatever, you'll still get shit on any other way.
That's pretty much how the thing is with fandom.
Fun.
I try my best to stay away.
You know what? Here's something. You have all these people bashing English dubs, saying English dubs are bad, and let me tell you something. If that were really true, then why was there so much backlash, and why was there such an outcry when BlazBlue Central Fiction wasn't dubbed?
They're hypocritical if you ask me.
Because fuck.
Honestly, I can say the same for sub, because there's some moments when they just fuck up the sub with the subtitles pretty damn terrible. Now, I'm not sure it would be a good example, but I'm trying to think one, but I don't have anything in mind. Because they really have some mistakes, or sometimes it could just be straight up retarded. Sorry for using that word, but it just really sounds like one.
From what little anime I've seen in my dark days, dubs were usually very hit and miss.
In the 90s.
In any period.
I feel like anything.
Almost every dub I've seen so far of any anime, there's always at least been a few cringe moments of how like they're so stilted and like boring in their like. They never show emotions through their voice.
Or sometimes it just looks pretty off when they start talking. But to be honest, anime characters talk like this sort of.
It's like I am generic anime protagonist. Ha!
Well, I don't really like the way they're taught. The way they talk is like 1, 2, 3, without actually getting actual animation from each specific word. It's like a repeat, like it's like open, close, open, close, open, close, and it's trying to represent something. I understand they're trying to like save money, but you could at least do a better job than that.
They should watch anime.
Well, I mean,
two things.
The fans have made an English dub mod for the PC version.
How about the thoughts? Wait, there's an English dub mod for BlazBlue.
Yeah, if you have the PC, I'm sure
I
it's
do.
only if you have the PC. Yeah.
So why did I not hear about this?
Because you're a pleb.
You're a dick. That's what you are.
I know.
Anyways, like I was gonna say, thoughts about
link to a video of it.
Thoughts about what's its name? Marvel Infinite not having subs, just straight up English dubbing, and it's rushed, like extremely rushed.
I mean, what else can you say? It's just the same, like, rehashed, stilted voice acting that you usually get for games that people really don't care about.
Here's the problem. You want to know how you can tell it's rushed?
How?
I can name you several AAA voice actors that are in the game. Damian Clark, also known as Mr. Perfect Cell. Phil Lamar, the voice of Samurai Jack himself.
And Jazz from Transformers Animated.
And also
this isn't.
Okay. There's one character from Futurama too.
Anyways,
Hermes.
Yes. My whole thing is he plays Dormammu, and his performance in this game is pretty rough. Fred Tatasciore, the voice of where's some good examples? Oh, here's an easy one for all you casuals out there. Yeah, Soldier 76, reporting for duty. I'm not a young man anymore. He plays the Incredible Hulk. His performance is okay. He also plays Ghost Rider. His performance is pretty rough. What's another good one? How's about we got Rolf from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Goku from the Ocean Dub of Dragon Ball Z. Ian James Corlett, basically. He plays
that's right.
Firebrand.
Wolf and Goku share the same voice actor.
Yeah, he plays Firebrand in Marvel Infinite. It's pretty rough, but that's not surprising because it's Ian James Corlett. What's another good one? Roger Craig Smith actually does okay. What do you expect? He plays Chris. What do you expect?
Oh, well, yeah, of course. He's not going to be the cool guy.
So he's also
Hey, look.
Nick. TJ Rodolo. At least they got TJ Rodolo in there.
Who's he?
Frank West, and the only good Frank West. Hey, on the bright side, at least it wasn't Peter Von Gom.
Oh, you don't like Peter Von Gom?
You know, X7X, Frank West from Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
What? I thought he was okay in Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
He's not bad. He's not good. He's like good, and then he's bad in an ironic sense, I guess. 'Cause it's just funny to listen to.
He's just average.
Like, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, are you okay, pal? Don't worry, pal. That's
What?
his
I
whole
like
voice.
I like when he goes, Real Mega Blaster!
Yeah, it is pretty funny, but then we got the man, the legend, Kyle Hebert, a voice in the boy, Ryu.
Kyle Herbert.
And here's the problem.
Also
Ryu,
the voice of Kamina, the greatest anime character ever.
No. Here's the thing.
I immediately
Even
disannounced it
Ryu.
just because it's an anime.
Even Ryu sounds bad.
Oh, come on.
Even Ryu. That tells you how rushed the voice acting is.
Okay, well, how's Johnny Young Bosch fare? I think he does all right.
Pretty rough. He does okay, but not. He could have done a lot better.
Not the Red Ranger.
Also Black Ranger, but he voices Zero. You know, the cool Mega Man character.
So
And here's the thing.
basically,
He gets his in the story
Zero
mode.
and
Zero,
Bumblebee have the same voice actor.
Zero is just a jobber. Yes, they do. But Zero is just a jobber in the story mode, just like poor Spencer. They're just there to get their asses kicked and call it a day, get their paycheck. I could say with absolute certainty, the only voice actor I think who actually had fun, well, the only two, were the voice actor for Jeddah, whoever that was. And, well, no, there's three. Okay, so Ruben Langdon, the voice of Dante, had the time of his life.
You know he does.
It's like, it's a match made in hell, just like my ugly face in this game, right, guys?
All their face art.
Yeah.
Especially Dante's, though.
And who?
I feel like what's her name got the words out of it.
Who? Ashley Birch or Morgan?
No, like I forgot.
Chun-Li?
She's from Street. Yeah, Chun.
I was saying Ashley Birch voices her. She's replaced Laura Bailey on more than one occasion.
Didn't
But
Laura Bailey
anyways-
voice Peach too?
No, she's never voiced Peach.
I swear.
No. That's Samantha Kelly.
You're thinking of Lucina, maybe.
Lucina and Blaze the Cat are Laura Bailey's roles. More
Oh
well known.
yeah.
I didn't know about Blaze, but okay. Anyways,
she's like-
so the third one, Ted Soroka, who you guys might know, but I sure as hell do.
We already know you.
plays- Yes, he plays Mega Man X. And he had the time of his life doing that. He was so happy to play one of his favorite characters from his childhood.
He grew up with X,
He grew up with a lot of games.
and that's why he was glad to finally play X.
Yeah, when he got to play X, he was psyched.
Zero?
Like, he advertised that on his Twitter actively. He wasn't like trying to like be like, oh, I voiced this character in Marvel Infinite, don't kill me. He was like, yo, check me out in Marvel Infinite. I'm playing Mega Man X. This is so cool, man.
I think Johnny.
Mega Man X!
I think Johnny Young Bosch. I think Johnny Young Bosch advertised himself as Zero too, asking who would main his character.
Like, yeah, but he did that before. This was Ted's first time. Johnny got his time to shine back in Marvel 3. Pretty much almost all the voice actors got their chance in Marvel 3. Except
And
for
did they
Ian
do
James
better
Corlett.
performances in Marvel 3 than Infinite?
In my opinion, yes.
That's probably because they had Disney executives breathing down their fucking throat the entire time.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was all deadlines.
Yeah, we have to blame Disney on how Infinite ended up.
Hurry the fuck up before I kill you.
You better get that game done fast. You gotta get done faster than the Wrath of Cortex,
Yeah.
We can't lose to those Universal pricks. Oh, you know how.
We gotta control the world for more money!
But for real though, what else was there?
Now that
I'm Mickey Mouse and I'm shoveling the dead corpses of all my old animators!
Oh my god.
all I can say is now that Arc System Works is getting like a Europe, there's gonna be like a U.S. Arc System Works. Now they have no excuse not to listen to their fans. I mean, like, what if Nintendo? I mean, like, okay, what's a good example for this? Like,
Wow.
Clock's ticking, boy.
okay, Nintendo of America, like they have listened to their fans, haven't they?
On some not fully.
Yeah, on some occasions. Sometimes he doesn't even listen to us at all. They just go with their way. Why do you think there's so many Mario titles?
And need to say anything about the new Super Mario Bros. Titles?
Okay, pause right there, mate, because Odyssey was pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm watching it.
Odyssey was fucking
Not
phenomenal.
It's awesome. I play it constantly.
Wait. Since when are we shitting on Odyssey now?
I don't think you
Oh,
are.
you gonna crucify us?
No, I didn't.
I mentioned the new Super Mario Bros. A 2D session.
Oh yeah, the new Super Mario Bros. Series. Okay. I still like the game though, but
They just felt like they were too oversaturated.
Well, that was on the Wii U's lineup.
Yeah, but let's just go concern the new Super Mario Bros. With how often the new NSS new Super Mario Bros. Series came out, with how often they came out, I really didn't think they deserved the new title anymore.
Actually, I don't think they deserve much recognition that they already did now. Now, I can understand from some things like the new Super Mario Bros. For the DS because I was revolutionary at this time because of the fact that you were remastering the first ever one that was ever made. But then after that, it was just releases of the same damn thing except throwing out with new items and, well, pretty much the same worlds.
And multiplayer, which it doesn't help the game.
Actually, multiplayer doesn't really make much of a better experience, at least in my book.
Unless you want to murder your friends.
It makes the song. They all. But no, watch the multiplayer new Super Mario Brothers. It makes the song, and that's honestly the funny part. But it's best to watch rather than play yourself.
Well,
I don't get why it's getting all that popularity when really it's not that fun. It just doesn't look fun to me. Like, it's fun when I actually played it for a couple of times, but when there's more titles into there, it doesn't get interesting. It doesn't have variety to me.
So anyways, to close out on Infinite real quick, I just want to say that voice acting was very rushed, and if you want a little more proof, listen to some of Hagar and Spencer's clips.
wait, you think that's a good idea? Because then they'll,
I'm not gonna like play them. I'm just saying, like when you have the time, listen to them. Like for example, you got Spencer going, "Let's get this party started." Like it sounds like that frickin' song, you know, like we like the party. Parted. Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started.
Oh,
Just
you mean
that.
like the Six Flags commercial with the old
Yes,
man?
like that song. I can like literally pull up the video right now, but I'm not going to.
I need to watch that commercial again.
And then Hagar literally sounds like they pulled clips from his audition, because some of the stuff he says when you select him. It's me, Mike Hagar.
It feels like so basically, you think some of the performances are phoned in, right?
They're phoned in or all done on the first take.
Well, remember, this is Disney that also has the rights here. So that...
It's just... I just don't know what to say, in all honesty. It's a mess.
I think it's just best to leave off that this is just how things are for right now, and depending on how things go afterwards, it all depends on what Disney has to say with the Infinite.
Because Disney controls the world and is turning Marvel and Lucasfilms into corporate cash cows.
Well, you see, this is why I always say Disney is evil.
Yeah, I can post a
Disney's
whole comic
Illuminati.
about it if you want.
What was that? What was that, Inky? You said something.
Disney's the Illuminati.
Yes.
God,
That's the actual like secret. That we all
And
need to find
boom,
out.
our podcast just got shut down.
Yep.
What do you mean?
No. Gunshot. You gotta understand. We're saying shit over the other companies. We're already fucked.
Yeah.
We've been fucked.
We shit
We've
on
been
Ken
fucked
Penders
since
too,
minute
so we're
one.
already double fucked.
We've been fucking. You know how Sega never lets anybody review their copies of the games because they're scared of getting a bad review?
to be
Look at
honest,
them now.
Fucked since minute one.
What was that?
They should make good games. They don't have to just
I
rely on
dropped the
Sonic.
thing.
Oh.
That's the bright side, right? They don't have to rely on Sonic. They have other good games, like Yakuza.
But I guess they're worried that it may not be popular as Sonic. 'Cause
And they're
it's
working
been-
on Shenmue.
It's
Never
like
played.
Nickelodeon does with their new shows. They want immediate results, and they want it to be an instant hit like SpongeBob. If it's not comparable to SpongeBob, then it's immediately canned after
But
one
keep in-
season.
But like, keep in mind, we're talking about SpongeBob that's been here for years, and we're just talking for a good start. You just can't be killing them and immediately just because they didn't do so well at like a few months. Give it time.
Besides,
That's the problem. Businesses never think of the long run. They always want immediate results like then and now.
Sega does. Look at Yakuza.
but that's because it's Sega.
That means that Sega does when Nintendo don't. They're actually playing it smart.
Yeah, but they also have some issues to handle with certain things. Like,
Okay,
if you look
well,
at the-
keep in mind, we're talking about a Japanese company. They know how to, manage. They know how to use
Konami
money.
doesn't.
Some more, some better than others.
Genesis
one other-
does
There was one other Sega thing I wanted to bring up. Oh yeah, Sega's doing fine right now because I think you guys remember that they bought up a certain company.
Atlas.
Wait, they did?
Yes,
Yeah,
Atlas. The people behind Persona, the people behind KOF. Well, Atlas
now they're behind KOF.
Yeah, Atlas
The
published
Shin,
SNK.
the Shin Megami Tensei series. There's
Yeah.
also a lesser-known series of racing games they made on the N64 called Snowboard Kids, which were fucking fantastic.
I was never That's a good one.
So many
It
Japanese
was
names.
painful watching Game Grumps play that because Aaron is atrocious at that game.
And we're back to the Aaron hating.
Aaron, I love you. No, John, I'm done. I'm freaking done.
you guys are
This is
sounding as
bullshit.
bad as-
This is fucking
You guys are-
bullshit. I can't get off!
All right,
yeah.
enough of that.
Okay, the encoding is overloaded. I'm gonna stop the recording now. So
And
Okay.
end cards. Let's go. Everybody give their friendly farewells. And we'll see you next time, guys.
Bye-bye.
And-
See you.
Thank you for
So-
See you
listening.
guys.
Thanks for
So-
taking our views. You're a waste of our time.
well, this is the end. This is the end of
Yogurt.
the InkiCast, and my final words are, Lucky loves you.
Well,
Inky
we'll see
put
you.
his big boy pants on.
What the?
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Thank-
Oh, okay. Go
Guys.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Des. Go ahead, Des.
Okay, fine. Okay. This thanks for everyone to listening to our podcast. I thank you guys for joining our podcast for this. So
Well,
see you later.